horrible here.
Get back to your house.
Okay, the last 30 days. Last 30 days since March 9th, we got 2003 site sessions.
I'll go again tomorrow.
Not bad. Let's see, users. You have a few users. Shua got on before we cut off users.
Suntag's an hour early. He's gotta wait till after.
Matos, אתה חשש שאתה יש לך גאפ?
We got rid of Suntag
אתה
early
ואגידו.
Campbell.
All right.
Good actually. Okay, should I kick off Shua for us? Should I delete him?
Tell Suntag he's got to link up dafzumi.com.
Oh, Davzumi. You told the other about your Davzumi?
No, not yet.
What's Daf Zumi?
I bought the website. DAFZOOMI.com. Want to make the
We got to tell them about the swag company.
Right. Now we can make swag. Now we can make Dafzumi swag.
We're gonna make you a cap to wear in your next Spirit Airlines flight.
I'm deleting Shua for once.
Yeah. Instead of wearing Liner's bike for high cap.
Can
I post that picture?
What?
Can I post that picture?
What picture? I don't know. Whatever you want. Post whatever you want.
Wait, the picture of my cap?
Post all the way. All good.
Is the website instead of Zoom? There was a Lubavitcher guy, happens to be a very sweet guy, Rabbi Werner from the KMR program, was on my flight coming home last night from Tampa, Florida. He was wearing his stick of frock with his white shirt on top of his scissors, and he was wearing a baseball cap. I said, boy, you got them fooled, buddy.
Someone else.
Nobody's going to spot you.
Poorly.
I have a good picture.
Yeah. You didn't need a mask.
That's giving me what money is.
Is it?
Okay. What do you say? We're not pushing anything to the website. What do you ask for?
You should have seen the old website.
I said, is the website instead of YouTube?
Well, that's officially the goal. That's officially the goal, yes.
Oh, this one's even better.
I mean, I'm looking at it now. There's a lot on here.
What?
I'm looking at it now. There's a ton on here.
That's Hebrew.
A lot of content on the website.
Yeah.
I see Landau's face is right here.
Oh, yeah, he loves that, Landau.
No way.
I don't know, Parrots, you're uploading the DAFs to that website or only to YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Halacha Beis.
This is it?
Tazayin Beis.
There's nothing here. Why is there nothing here? There's a website. There's nothing here.
No, you're in the wrong website.
What's the name of the website? Augustine.com, right?
No.
It's live right now. You don't need to go on the website. It's live.
There he is.
What's the website?
I was not wearing the cap to hide my Jewishness. Okay, I don't want to put my head against the back of the seats. Call me whatever, OCD or whatever D you want to call me, but yeah. Anyways, okay. So look the Mishna, yeah.
Oh no, the original. I can show you.
Right, that's what it is. Tazayin Beis. Heichanoy Ushtachava.
There's him with a Santa hat. No, you're not.
Right, where did they bow down? Is that what we're up to?
Yes.
Yeah, right. So yeah. So we said that they bowed down.
Are you there?
They bowed down to in 13 places, right? That's what the first parak. That's what we said, right? Where was that Mishnah?
All right, but
Yeah. Fine. So where were the Tachaviyas? Arba B'Tzafan. There were 4 in the north, on the north side of the Beis Hamikdash. Arba B'Daram, 4 in the south. Shalosh B'Mizrach, 3 in the east. Beis B'Ma'ariv, and 2 in the west. Keneged Shloisha Asar Sha'arim, opposite the 13 gates that they had in the Beis Hamikdash. Right, which is basically you make a circle around the whole Beis Hamikdash. You got to bow down by each gate.
I'm saying they had to do this. They had to bow before they walked into the Beis Hamikdash in all 13 places.
Yeah, I don't know if they had to walk around first and do that, or if as they made their way around, if they made their way around, then they'd have to do that. Meaning,
is that halacha? Is that like from the Torah they learned this from, or?
Oh my goodness gracious!
I don't know. I
What
don't
I'm
know.
asking is that if you're there now, is there any chiyuv to bow down now?
Oh, what do you mean on the outside?
Yeah.
I never heard of anybody doing that. Do we have all 13 gates?
Whatever gates you do have, I don't know. I'm saying, is it Tully having all of them and it's all or nothing?
Oh, I don't know. I thought maybe it's one at you go as I don't know whether it's all or nothing. But doesn't mean that you have to first before every time you walk into the Beis Hamikdash you have to walk all around. But that's what you're asking, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying, but that's I don't know. That's to me it sounded like only if you happen to make your way around there. If you didn't make your way around there, they're not. But I'm not sure. Right? Yes, and then the Gemara, the Mishna is going to go through what all the gates were. So the Raimim Smuchin L'Mayriv, so the south gates that were on the southwest side, so Shara Elyon, right? That's the upper gate, the top gate. Shar Hadelik, the Shar that's the gate that led into the place where the wood was kept. Shara B'chayras, right? That's where they brought in the B'chayras that they have to be paida. Shara Mayim, which the Gemara is going to spend a lot of time on, the gate from the water. Shara Mayim. Why was it called Shar HaMayim? Shaboy Machnisin. That's where they would bring in the bottle. Shel Nisuch HaMayim B'chag. Right? When they would bring in the water from the what do you call it? So it was Beis HaSheva. So they would come in through there. Yeah. Rabbi Elazar, we're going to see a lot about that in the Gemara. Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov, Boy HaMayim Mefachim. That's where the water came through. And then it's a season to go out from under the miftan abayis, from the doorway of the house. Right? Meaning he's being chaylik. Rabbi Elazar, it's a machlokes why it's called Shar HaMayim. The Tanakam is saying because that's where they brought in the Nisuch HaMayim. Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov is saying no. Right? La'asid lavai. Right? There's going to be water that's going to go through the Beis Hamikdash and go out of that gate. Fine. So that's one side. Lumasan, B'tzaf and Smuchin Ma'arav. On the opposite side, on the north, close to the west, Shar Yihoyechin. Right? The Shar Yihoyechin, Shar HaChurban. What do you say? Okay, Shar HaChurban, right? The Shar of the carbon. Yeah. Meaning that's where they brought the karbanos in that gate. Shar HaNashim, the women's entrance. Shar HaShir, the Shar of the Shir. They brought in the instruments that way. But Shar Yihoyechin. Okay, so now going back. Why they call it Shar Yihoyechin? I don't know why the Gemara didn't ask, the Mishna didn't ask this right away. But Shavah Yatsi Yihoyechin Begalusa, when Yihoyechin, right? Or Yihoyechin, or Yihoyechin Melech Yehuda, he left, right? By his Rishon. When he went out to Golas, that's the way he went out. Right? Yeah. Shabbat Mizrach Shar Nikanor. So that's in the northwest. Now in the east, Shar Nikanor. Right? That's all because we had this before, right?
So, Yaakov, excuse me.
Yeah.
So there's no say to the names they used.
Seems like that. Yeah. Why
Okay.
should there be a seder to it?
No, I didn't say. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Why does it only ask on? Why is the Mishnah only ask on Shar Nechunya, not on Shar Carbon, Shar Noshim, Shar?
Because Shar Carbon, I mean, I think that's self-understood. That the carbon went in there and this and that. But why was it called Shar Yihoyechin? That the Mishnah needs to explain. Right? You're right. But it doesn't say Shar Nikanor. I think the Mishnah is just assuming everybody knew what Nikanor did. Right? He went to get the doors, right? And then he what?
Went to Mitzrayim to get the doors.
Yeah, and then and they threw the doors into the sea and all that, right? And then once they threw the doors in the water, then the water stopped, stopped being rough. Right, but the doors, he went with them, right? Everybody knows the story. And he went to get the doors of the Beis Hamikdash. Then there was like a big storm in the sea, So then they said, "Well, you're going to throw you off. I'm going to throw your doors off." So they threw the doors off, and then it calmed down the sea. So now he lost the doors that he went and did a lot of hard work for the Beis Hamikdash. He lost the doors, and then when he got to the port, the doors had followed along, and the doors.
Both doors or only one door? I thought it was one door, and he jumped.
I thought it was one door, right? I thought it was one door.
Then the other door made it to shore or something.
Right, the door that he threw into the ocean made it, traveled along. Now the cynic is going to say it just followed along in the, in the wake of the, right? Is that what they call it? The wake of the ship? We're not going down the Apikorsis road right now, right? But no, but there was a nace that it lasted all the way to the sea, to the port. Fine. Right, for Shnei Pishpishin Hayulai. And they had two small doors, one on the right, one on the left. Right? And there were two doors on the west that they had no name. Right? Okay, so those are all the doors. So Gemara says, the Mishna is going according to Abba Yosef and Yochanan. Damar connected you give that you have to bow down opposite the 13 gates. But however, Kirabanan Shiva Sharm Hayubazar. According to Rabbanan, they only had 7. There was only 7 doors. So if that's the case, then the 13 bowings have nothing to do with the doors. Right? Al-Daita the Rabbanan, so then where did they bow down according to the Rabbanan? Again, the Rabbanan disagree. They hold that there's only seven gates. They hold there's only 7 gates, and then this 13 bowings obviously has nothing to do with the gates. So there must be that they're bowing 13 times to something else. So we say, like we learned there, there were 13 pirtzas in the Soreg, right? So the Soreg was like some sort of fence going around the Beis Hamikdash, right? And there were 13 openings in there. So those were the 13 that they bowed down. So you give a pirtzas Yavan, right? The Malcha Yavan opened up holes in those. In the Soreg, right? And then once the Chashmonaim took back over control of the Beis Hamikdash, they built it up. The Gazu connected and they were guys of 13 that they bowed down 13 times as a zikaron for the nace that happened that the Chashmonaim were the Chashmonaim won.
That was the
right?
only.
So what?
That was the only nace that happened in the Beis Hamikdash. That we have to bow down 13 times.
Well, we lit the menorah also. We lit the menorah also.
No, but we mishtachim for that specific nace.
Yeah, We're not being mishtachim to the nace. We're being mishtachim to Hashem. It's just we do it as a zikaron for those nace.
For doing that nace. So I'm asking, there was no other nisim that we have to.
The Goyim captured the Mikdash and we got it back from them. That's a nace. That's something to say Haidan. It's more than
he's asking why.
It's more than Chala's lasting a week.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Good. So let the Shkotzim take over the whole Eretz Yisrael. Then you won't have to make a worry about the
nace to last the whole week. It's the same nace. God doesn't work any harder.
One second, I have a different question.
With God working. What are you talking about?
I'm going to be good here. I'm not going to say one word here. I promise you.
You just
too late.
Aaron, it's your mispalalim. You got to make. You got to.
That way, we're going to have a private session. We have to talk to them privately.
Anyway, I have a different question. That comes out. How many? Okay, I'm sorry for the Amaratzis, but how many years in the second Beis Hamikdash was Hanukkah?
200 in the middle, pretty
It's
much.
the middle, right? That's always around the middle. So that means that this whole the Shtachavos didn't happen in the first Beis Hamikdash, and only happened.
They didn't give the name to that fellow. The whole
right. Right. So that's another thing.
I'll meet you by that gate where they sell the newspapers. It was 430 years they didn't have a name. Then.
So it had a different name, or had a different name.
Okay, so fine.
No, so it's interesting. It sounds like that 13. Like I think this is really what Akiva was asking. It sounds like there were 13. Like does it say in the Torah 13 Ishtachavos? I mean, if they only had these gates later on, meaning is the Gemara telling you only the names, but the Ishtachavos were there even from the first Beis Hamikdash? or did they only start once they got these names? According to this pshat, it only started in the Bayis Sheni 200 years into Bayis Sheni, according to this pshat. The other pshat could say no, maybe like Akiva was saying, that always you had to make 13. It just doesn't matter what are the names of the places, right? It comes out of big nafkamina between the two reasons. When exactly did this whole bowing thing start?
Well,
Right?
I was asking halacha l'maisa, and it would also matter because it
I
seems
understand.
like
No, you're right.
for the second shot, it seems like it's because of that nace, and it's I don't know nowadays. Now that we don't even have any Beis Hamikdash, if you do these shtachales or such a thing,
Right.
because they got it back. The whole bowing down is because they got it back. We don't have it anymore. But according to the first shot, it seems like it's stam. That's when you show up to the Beis Hamikdash, you have to show your you have to bow down.
Right. Yeah, so I don't know. Shmuley hasn't made any comments. I got to see what Shmuley knows anything what's going on over here. Okay, we'll have to send him a message. Okay, anyway, so let's see. But bottom line is a machlokes where the shtachavoos are either for the gates or for the chashmonaim. Okay.
Either which way, it's a different shleisha asur than the other two in the first Mishnah. In the first Mishnah, there were 13 shayfaris. There were 13 shulchanas. Fine, there were.
Right.
There's no chiyuv of 13 shtachavoos. It's if you pass one of those places, as if you. I mean, it's not really. There's no shleisha asur.
No, but that's true. Okay, but there's a maximum of 13.
Yeah, it's not fixed. There's nothing. The other ones were fixed. This is not.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. So now the rest of the Amud, most of the rest of the Amud is going to be talking about the water that's going to go through the Beis Hamikdash. Right, in those days, it's going to be in the future. So there's going to be Mayim Chaim coming from Yerushalayim. Tani, mi Beis Kodesh HaKadoshim ad Paroiches kekarnei sile v'kilyu. From the Kodesh HaKadoshim till the Paroiches, the water is going to have the thickness of the horns of Sili and Kili, right? Which the Tikkun Chazan says is some sort of what do you call it? Some sort of bugs or whatever it is, right? But in meaning of tiny little, right? How big is the horn already of an animal like snail or a bug? Nothing, right? So that's how wide the water is going to be, right? Min paroiches ad mizbeach hazav ki karnei chagavim. From the paroiches until the karnei, till the mizbeach hazav, till the gold mizbeach was karnei chagavim, which is a little bigger. Mizbeach hazav ad azaros. From the mizbeach hazav until the azaros is kuchut shel shesi. Right, like the string that you put in the what do you call it? In the weaving thing, right? The loom. The loom. Thank you. Good. Min azaris ad miftan. From the azaris until the doorway. Miftan abayis until the doorway of the bayis kechut shel orev. Right, that's the thickness of the orev. That's the string that goes the opposite of the shesi. Mikan ve'elech kim pach. From there, it's like the opening of a bottle, right? So that's going to be obviously much bigger. Okay, so it starts off at a like trickle, and then it slowly gets thicker and thicker and thicker, the water. Yeah, then it says and then the water that was coming out from the right, literally means the right shoulder, but it means the right side of the Beis Hamikdash. Pitzeisa ish. When a person went out the east side and he had a stick in his hand that he could measure, and he measured 1,000 amos, and then he went across the water me'afasim up into his feet, right? Meaning ad karsula, until the ankles. Yeah, meaning so 1,000 amos away from the Beis Hamikdash, then the water is going to be so deep it's going to be up to his ankles. So Yomid Elif, and you're going to measure another 1,000 and then the water is going to go up to the knees, which means Ad Berchayim, until What means so another 1,000 amas, which is a total of 2,000 amas away from the Beis Hamikdash, then the water is going to be up to the knees. And then another 1,000. They measure another 1,000. We have Iranium and a Masnayim, and it's going to go up to the waist. Ad Masnaya until the waist. So 3,000 amas away, the water is going to be up to the waist. From there and on, Yomed Elef Nachal. That's gonna, if he measures another 1,000, so it's a total of 4,000 amas away, the water is gonna be so deep that you can't cross it. Afilu lebiranin gedayla ain't yichayla, right? Meaning it's so big that even a large ship, svina gedayla, won't be able to pass it. Okay, my timer. So I don't think it means my timer. I don't think it means why. It just means where. Right? Where is it coming from? Like, how do you know this? Right? So it says, Vitzi adir lo yavirenu. It says a big ship is not going to be able to pass it. Why is it going to be so hard to pass? Ki go amayim mishachu. Because the water it's gonna be too high. It's gonna be too I don't know if it means high, because it should be able to, if it's just high, the boat should be able to float. I think it means it's going to be too fast. The water's going to be such a fast moving water, you won't be able to pass. Yeah. Ma'o meishachu. What does it mean? Shachu, sachu. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Miloshet. It means you can't swim. You won't be able to swim. Fine. Now, how do you know? Amar Rav Chuna. Ba'asrin karu l'shaita shchuna. In our town, we called shaita, which is swimming. We called it sachvana. I'm sorry, not shchuna, sachvana. Yeah, fine. And uperish yadav, uperas yadav, bekirba kasher yifaris hasoiche lishchais. Right, and then another pasuk says, and he's going to put out his hand, what we're saying, soiche means to swim, and that's part of the way he swims. Fine. Ma'u lischais. What does it mean? Lischais. Amar Rav Yosi beirabun. Mayin demismalin ba'alma. Right. It's just water that we talk about. Meaning this water is going to be so fast and so large that the whole world is going to be talking about the water. Right. Again, this is all talking about lost of loving. Ksiv. Right. Now, what else does it say in the pasuk? Vayemu yeh makor niftach lebeis David. V'yosher Yerushalayim lechatas ulenida. Right, there's going to be a stream that's going to be opened for the Beis David and for the people in Yerushalayim, and it's going to be for Chatas and for Nida. So what does that mean? Rav Shua Nachmani b'Shem Rav Yonason, mi Beis David by Yerushalayim, from David's house till where the Beis David was, till Yosher Yerushalayim, till in Yerushalayim. So I guess that's what do you call it? Hartzion, right? Until the rest of Yerushalayim. So the water from when it goes from David's house, the Beis David, till Yerushalayim, the water is going to be kosher lenida and chatas, right? Because we had this a few times that depending on what type of water it is, that's totally in whether you're allowed to, whether a nida or tuma is allowed to tovel in it, like a fresh stream that didn't swell from rainwater, etc. That anida can go in, and that's the top level of tefillah, right? So it's kosher for nida and for chatas, right? Meaning the mei chatas you could take from there. Mikan ve'elech, but from there on, mei taruvashem, it starts mixing in with rainwater. Ksherim lenida, so it would be kosher for nida, psum lemei chatas, but it's going to be possible for mei chatas, right? So that's I think Skver's mikvah, right? Skver's mikvah is a mayim chayim, I think, right?
Yeah,
right? Oh, we got the mikvah expert here, right? They dug down under the water.
They dug down. They have like 5 pools stacked on top of each other, and they're all filled up straight from a natural spring.
Right. So that makes it, and so a natural spring is the ultimate way to go to the mikvah. Right, for nidas, zavas, right? There's a difference between nidas and zavas. So this would work. That's the highest level mikvah. So they did that. The Arizal's mikvahs also. Should we go to square foot? Right. So no, you don't make your wife go to square. Here we go.
I was thinking us.
You're muted.
They have
Unless
other.
you don't like your wife's hair. If you don't like your wife's
Yeah,
hair,
they have.
it's square.
They have other hakpadas that you won't get along with.
No, but now he wants to go himself, Rosh Hashanah. No, you go to the ocean. No, the ocean. Duh, you go to the ocean, it's good. The ocean is good.
I can't get up that fast.
I think one of the mikvahs on the edge of Brooklyn also dug under till they got to ocean water. No, Elio, you ever heard that? Marine Park, maybe?
I never heard of that one. Square is a famous one. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so meaning as the water went down, so the initial water from Beis David was kosher for everything. Once it started mixing in with other rainwaters, now it became puzzle. So Amar Rabbi Lazar,
this initial water is a mayan or it's main nace? I mean, what is it?
Came out of thin air. It sounds like it's got to be a mayan.
So how does it keep growing? I mean, it keeps multiplying in size.
Because it
sounds like it's nace after nace after nace.
Yeah, I know. Ich weiß nicht, but it's mixing in with other water. They're assuming it's rainwater.
But then it mixes in right away. If it doubled by the time we got to the Azara,
so
it doubled again by the time we got to the gate.
Could you make a brush if you toivel in nace water?
What?
Toivel in nace water is saying. What's the
that's what the Gemara is saying.
I know Hanami.
That's like a mayan.
I guess. What are you saying, Akiva?
The Tikkun Chadatin brings down a different shot. Is that does anyone take that shot when it comes to halacha? When that if it's on an incline, it's not considered a mikvah?
Yeah, so that's another. But I think that's really
is that true halacha?
Is it true halacha that if it's on a steep incline?
Yeah, the water coming down an incline is not considered.
I don't know. I don't know enough of mikvahs to.
No, they bring us down. Make our tafas. He touches it up differently.
Yeah, but no, we're not up. That's the next one. We're not up to that yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I actually was looking. I was in Berman's right before, and it was I saw Rabbi Yoman Cohen's sefer on mikvahs. I said this would probably be good for tonight's stuff, but there wasn't enough time to. So whatever, I didn't buy it. Anyway, so we based on Yeshua Yishalayim ksherim lenida ulechatas mikan ve'elech. So from after that, make kat frisois, right? So that's water that's on a slant. Right? Heinu psulin lenida ulechatas, and it's possible for nida and lechatas. Right? So since it's going, the Tikkun Chadatin says that the reason for that is because it's too steep, because it's not considered like in its natural, and it's the way I understand it, it's not considered like it's natural falling. Since it's so steep, I guess it goes off like when you see like a waterfall. It separates from the stones. I don't know if this is the right shot, but that's what I think. Right? It's like detaches and then it reattaches, whatever it is. So that's that, right?
Is there a reason the Gemara is saying that it's kosher l'nida? I mean, at this point, you can basically, 3 streets in Yerushalayim. No one's going to be toivel in this.
No, I don't think it means practical. It's just trying to describe how the water was progressing. Water. Yeah. I don't think it went into the practical. I don't think. And it's ksiv, vayomer Eli, hamayim ha'elu yotzim el galila hakadmayna. The waters are going to go out all the way out to the Galil. Zeh yam shel samchu. This is the samchu. It's going to make it all the way out there. The yardu El or Al, right? Those are the 2 gears of things. Harava, and they go down to the flats. Zeh yam shel Tveria. It goes all the way to the Kinneret, right? Ubo hayama. Right, it comes to the yam, to the ocean. Zeh yam hamelach. That's talking about yam hamelach. El hayam hamaitzim. What does it mean to the sea that's going out? Zeh hayam hagodol. This goes all the way out to the yam hagodol, right? Which is really far. How come they call it shmaitzim? Because it's talking about maitzim plural. The 2 times that it went out. Echad b'dor enosh. Once by enosh. Right, that's the what do you call it? That's the unknown marvel that happened, that the Olam doesn't chap that there were 2 marvels, right? Ve'echad b'dor haflag and 1 during the dor haflag. Yeah, fine. Rabbi Lezer b'shem Reb Chanina. Rabbi Lezer says B'rishani yotza ad Calabria, right? It went out in the beginning. It went out to Calabria. Ubeshniya yotza ad kipe Barbaria, and on the second time it went out till the coast of Barbaria. Fine. Is
that a second word, Barbaria? For like Gibraltar, they have Barbary apes. That's the end of the Yamagadal.
Maybe. I have no idea. I didn't know that existed. So
our scroll says it's by Egypt.
What? Barbaria is by Egypt or
yeah, it's the Barbary coast.
It's past Egypt.
It's west of Egypt.
Right. It sounds like it's like Algeria or Tunisia area, where it sticks out.
Here, interesting. Okay,
and what's
whatever.
Calabria, Greece?
Calabria is Italy.
Italy, sorry, that's what I meant. Italy, yeah.
Yeah, okay, whatever it is. Fine. Rabacha b'shem Rab Chanina, Perishani yotzad kipe Barbaria, b'shniya yotzad Akko. It went for Ad Yafa, went out to Akko and Yafa. Right? Which means to him it sounds like it went less. The second one went much shorter than the first one. Fine. Ad pai tava v'loy taisif. Until here you go and no more. Ad Akko tava v'loy taisif. It only goes till Akko, and doesn't go past that. Upai yashis begoin galecha. And then it says here the waves are going to show the goin galecha. Ad Yafo Ashes Gain Galecha. Until Yafo, you're going to show the beauty, I guess, of the waves. Fine. So now Nicha Yama Rabba Yama Demilcha. Right? So we know, so it makes sense that the Yam, that's the big sea, right? Which I don't know if that's referring to the Mediterranean, the Atlantic, whatever is Yama Demilcha and the Yama Melach. Bishvil the Miskan Yama the Tverya, the Bishvil the Miskan. That's to fix it because it's salty water. So you wanna make it sweeter. Yama the Tverya, Yama the Samchu, but the Yam of Tverya and Samchu, I don't understand that they're sweet, but I guess they're not salty. Right? So they're not salty. So what's a pshat? The rabbis, so we say no, what it's doing. What's it adding to these waters, right? That's in what is kasha. We understand what it's doing to improve regular ocean water and the Yam Melech because it's salty. But what's it doing to improve the Samchu, the Yam of the Samchu and the what do you call it? The Kinneret. So we say to add a lot of fish to them. Tichsivbe, lemina tia degasam. Right? There's gonna be fish there. Lemine minim tia degasam. There's gonna be a lot of types of fish in there. Tani Amar of Shimon Galil, Maisa Shalachti L'Tzayadan. I went to Tzayadan. Ve'viu Lefana Yosem Mishloish Meis Mine Dagam B'Tamcha Echad. They gave me more than 300 pieces of fish in one plate. Talk about a sushi platter right there, right? He had 300 different types on his plate. Fine. And then the water is going to become softer. Right? That's not going to get sweet. It's going to be there for salt. It says the water is going to become softer. And you're saying that it's not going to be. So which one is it? I mean, the first part of the pasuk says it's going to be. The second part of the pasuk says not. So he says, no, there was a place that the name of a place is right? Yeah, so then that's fine. Okay, Ksiv, Bal HaNachal, and on the Nachal, on the stream, Yala Asfasai, Mizeh, Kol Eitz Meichel, Lo Yibal Aleo, Lo Yitan Piri L'Chadash Yivak. Right, through the whole stream, on every side, it's going to make things grow, right? That's what water does, right? There's going to be fruits, and there's going to be branches, and everything is going to be great. So Tani, Amar Rav Yehuda, Lefi Sheva Olam Hazeh Tfuah Isa L'Shisha Chadash. Grain grows in 6 months. Ve'ilan Isa L'Shnei Masa Chodesh, and a tree goes once a year. The grain is going to grow in 1 month. And the trees are going to grow in 2 months. My timer. What's the reason? Meaning, how, again, not what's the reason, but how do you know? The chadashav yivaker. It says in its months, it's going to be a bechar from the word bechar. It's going to have new things in the months, right? So months is plural, is 2 months. Fine.
Does this not go according to the sheet that it holds that lasted lava? It's not going to be. It's going to stay the same.
I mean,
the tava is going to stay the same.
Yeah. So I don't know if this means that lasted lava or the lasted lava.
Well, what's Yicheskel? What's Yicheskel talking about?
What?
This is all Yicheskel, correct?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I mean, this is only when this is in the times of the basic, like the Beis Shlishi, right? Because that's where it's emanating from, correct?
I wish I knew.
I'm saying it's not right. Even if you say there's 2 different times, that it has to be the first one because it's the times of when they have the Beis Shlishi.
Yeah, I would think so, but I don't know if this is.
I was going to ask: is there 1 stream or 2 streams here? It seems to be one from the Kodesh Kodashim and one from Beis David. The third Beis Hamikdash is not Beis David.
I hear. I don't know.
That's a point where the stream reaches. No, I don't know if that's. No,
because there was the second. You're right. The second Gemara sounds like it starts from Beis David.
Starts from Beis David.
Right. I'm not sure. Okay, let's see. Right. The summer of Yosef, right? The grain does 6 months. 2 is going to grow in 15 days. And the fruit's going to grow in a month. 1 month. Because in the days of Yoel, it grew in 15 days. And then they brought the Aimer. Right? My time. How do you know this? Right? So there was Yair and Malkush, which is
Yaakov.
Early rain and late rain, Berishan. Yeah.
I'm sorry, it took me a few minutes to figure. It's saying there's like a bracha because of their fresh water, but there's way more ocean saltwater fish than there are freshwater fish in the world.
So what are you saying? So
the Gemara was saying like it's a bracha, there's freshwater fish, but there's way more saltwater fish than freshwater fish.
I hear. Okay, I don't know. But he's saying that it added so much more fish, even though it's the ocean itself should have had a lot of fish. Saying, I hear. I don't know.
Wait, it's saying that it added fish from itself. It somehow fish manifested in this water, or
that's
it was
what it
able
seems.
Because it's fresh water. The nutrients were able to supply more to the salt water to make the fish there produce more.
There's 10,000 species of freshwater fish, and there's 1 million different types of animals in salt water.
Right.
I hear.
But this water is such good water that it's able to allow wherever it goes to produce more. It doesn't produce fish. I mean, fish came out of the Kodesh Kodashim. Where do these fish come from?
I have no idea. I don't know what this means. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, okay, let's see weiter. So what was the story over here with Yoel? So there was no rain until Rosh Chodesh Nisan. So nothing grew. So then, but there was a nace, so it grew in 15 days, so that they were able to do the churban aimer. Fine. Okay, so Rabbi Yossi says 15 days. What about the pasuk that says chadasha, which sounds like 2 months? Every single month is going to be a new growth. That's where he learns it. Not that every 2 months. Fine. And it's going to have leaves that are going to be for refuah. Rabbi Yihoyechin Amar, right? It's going to be somebody who sucks it is going to get food out of it, meaning there's going to be nutrients in the leaves. That's how great that the water is going to be. But taraf mezayna, right? So that's taraf. It's going to be its food. Rav Shmuel Chadam lahata peshalamala. If you're going to eat this, it's going to open up your mouth. It's going to give you. It's going to be an appetizer. The other one says no, it's going to be a, what do you call it? A laxative. It's going to open up the lower opening, so that would enable you to go to the bathroom. From Chanina Rabbi Shua ben Levi, Chad Omar lahater pe'akaris. It's going to allow people women who couldn't have children to have children. Chad Omar lahater pe'ilmim. The other one is going to open the people that are mute, that they're going to be able to talk. Ulomasan b'tzov. Now we're back. So that's it. That's the end of the water sugya. All right. Now we're back to the gates. Ulomasan b'tzofim. And right, and the opposite side. Right, so you have the north side, yeah. So Ad Moitze b'Shash Sha'al Nebuchadnezzar Lakan, when Nebuchadnezzar came to Yerushalayim, Bavi Yoshev Le B'Doif Nishel Antoichi, he sat in the Antiochus walls. The Yosef Sanhedrin Gedoyla, the Sanhedrin Gedoyla came out across it to call him. B'Amar Eloi Higiyaz Man Habayis Ezel Licharev. Had they asked him, has a time come that we're going to destroy the Beis Hamikdash? Meaning they're asking him, was he planning on destroying the Beis Hamikdash? The one who I made king, give him to me. And then I'm gonna go. Oh, v'amru Yachan Melech Yehuda. So they went to Yachan Melech Yehuda, right? That's Yechanya. Nebuchadnezzar boilach. Nebuchadnezzar wants you. Kivin shesham and since he heard this, not the Maftecha shel Beis Hamikdash. He took the keys of the Beis Hamikdash, all of the Gagav shel Heichal, and he went up to the top of the Heichal. Right? Amar Lafanov, and he said, Rabban Shalal L'Sha'avar Hayinu Nemanim Lach. In the past, we were Nemanim to you. V'hayu Maftechaisach Masurin Lanu, and you gave us the keys to your Beis Hamikdash. Achshav She'ein Anu Nemanim. Now that we're not believed to you, right? Meaning that we're not good. We're giving you back the keys. Train Amaroim. So there's a Machlokes, two Amaroim. Chad Amar Zarkon. One says he threw it, right? Meaning he threw it up to Shemayim and it disappeared. Ba'id lo yardu, and they never came down. Chad Amar Ba Kimin Yad ben Natalta Miyada. The hand, something like a hand, came out of Shemayim and it took the keys from him. Kivan Shiro Kol Chayre Yehuda. Since when all the Chashuvim of Yehuda saw this, yeah, all the Rosh Kagasayan, but Naflu Mesu, they went up to the roofs and they fell down and they died. Hadahu Dichsev, Masa Gei Chizayan, Malach, Eifa Ki Alisa Kulach Leganis, Teshuas Malaya Ir Hamaya. Right? So what it means is that now that the pasuk is referring to what happened when the people that were on the roof. Right, and it was meaning in the city that was chashuv and all that, and this is what it ended up being, right? That they ended up killing themselves. The pashas, they ended up killing themselves. At least that's the way the story goes, right? But why does the Gemara use a lashon of nafal? Right, nafal to me sounds like they fell. They didn't jump. No. Could be it's Saginar. It could be it's Saginar.
You say they murdered themselves?
What?
They say they murdered themselves?
Yeah, that's the way it's understood. That's the way it's understood.
I understand. So that's what maybe Saginar.
Maybe Taka. Yeah, maybe it's a lashon of Saginar. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Next Mishnah. Yeah. Yud Gimel Shulchan
is this similar to the Kahanim? The Gemara that says the Kahanim, or what's it called? The Kahanim did this. They also
yeah. It's
a
Gemara.
It's Gemara in Babel, no?
Yeah. Where was that?
But was that during the second the churban bias? Where they did the same thing, where they threw
I think so.
the keys into the fire.
I think so. No. Yeah. But okay, whatever it is. But like the whole shaila, whether they were allowed to do that, not allowed to do that, fine. Okay, Zog the Mishnah. Yud Gimel Shulchan Atzayim Mikdash. There were 13 tables in the Beis Hamikdash. Ches Shel Shayish, 8 of them made out of marble. The Beis Hamid B'Chaim, in the part of the Beis Hamikdash where they shechted. Shalei Medichin Es HaKravayim. That's where they washed the intestines. Ubeiz B'Mayr V'Kevesh, and 2 were on the west of the ramp that goes onto the Mizbeach. Echad Shel Shayish V'Echad Shel Kesef. One was made out of marble, one was made out of silver. Al Shel Shayish Noisen Es HaEvarim. On the marble one they put the Evarim. Al Shel Kesef Klei Sharis, and on the silver one they put the Klei Sharis. right? Meaning till they were used. Ubeis ba'ulam, and 2 were in the ulam, which is outside the heichal, mibifnim, apesach habayis, inside, near the door to the Beis Hamikdash. Echad shel shayish ve'echad shel zav. One made out of marble, one made out of gold. Al shel shayish noisen lechem aponim b'knisasei. On the marble one, they put the lechem aponim when it was the lechem aponim that was about to go in onto the shulchan. Al shel zav it's yosin. They put it on the gold table when it came out. Shemayla b'kodesh v'lo meridim, because we go up in kodesh, we don't go down. Right. But it's interesting because
what's kodesh?
You go up, go from.
No, I know what it means, but how do you have that here?
What do you mean? You go from marble to gold. On the way in, it's on a marble table. On the way out, it's on a gold table.
And what's inside? What's the shulchan? Shulchan made out of gold.
Correct.
It's not up anymore. It's the same.
No, good, but it's not. You can't go back down. You can't go back down to marble. Right? Once it's on the shulchan that's made out of gold, so it has to stay on gold. And then you had the shulchan that everybody refers to when they refer to the shulchan in the Beis Hamikdash. That's the shulchan that they kept the bread constantly, right? There was always the 12 loaves of bread on the shulchan in the Beis Hamikdash. Fine. Tani al shel kesef, right? So they put some say that they put it on silver, not marble. Right, this pshat is being chaylik on the Mishna. Mishna says that the lechem aponim went on marble first, and then it went on to gold. Here, no, it went on to silver first. Rav Yosef b'shem Rishul bar Rav Yitzchak, Rav Chananya Matiba b'shem Rav Yihoyechin, and he said it was b'shem Rav Yihoyechin. Less kan shel kesef, right? It doesn't say shel kesef. It can't be kesef because kesef, right? Silver gets hot. It's what do you call it? It conducts heat. Right, and then that's going to ruin the bread. So the Gemara says, "Loi kain tani." Didn't we learn ze echad min anisim shenasa Beis Hamikdash? Right, this came up last night. Right, this is one of the nisim that happened in the Beis Hamikdash. Shekashem shayim manichan esaychayim, the same way that they put the lechem aponim down, and it was hot. Kachayim mitzina esaychayim. It was still hot when they took it out a week later. Shenemar losam lechem chayim b'yayim hilakhay. They put down heat. Hot bread the way they took it, the way it was when they put it down. So Rabbi Yeshua and Levi Omar, so that's the kasha is, so it was a nace anyway. So once it's a nace, so why don't you just put it on silver? Right? Again, we have the Mishnah says it was on marble, right? And then it went out into gold. And the price is saying it was on silver and then it went on to gold. So Gemara is saying, and it's wrong for silver because silver is going to make it decay. So Gemara is asking, what do you mean? But we know it was a nace. So once it was a nace, why can't it be on silver? So Rabbi Shuma Levi Amar.
Is this a double kasha?
What do you mean?
That it would be less of a nace to put it on silver than marble because marble would cool it down.
Oh, you want to say that marble also? I hear. I don't know.
The other way around. Yeah.
I hear. That strengthens it. You're saying. Okay, but all right, but the teretz is mataretz for both. Rabbi Shua and Levi Amar ain't maskirin ma'aser nisim. We don't mention ma'aser nisim, meaning, right? You can't bring rayas from ma'aser nisim. They had to do theirs. The nisim happened. But just because every week the bread stayed fresh doesn't mean you should start putting it down on silver, which theoretically will make the bread go bad. Yeah, fine. Okay, so then it says. Bon kumi Rabbi Eloi. They asked a shaila in front of Rabbi Eloi. Loi haya sham lechem ma'olanich l'shavas. Let's say there was no bread. I don't understand what this. I understand the question, but I don't.
Did that ever happen?
What's the chances? I have no idea. Like, what would be if they didn't have any bread?
We just got to learn, so we got to ask a question like that.
I don't know. Listen, as questions go in Shkalim, I'll take this question. At least I understand it.
Stole the bread.
Okay, I don't know. Listen, I'll take the question because I actually understand it. Anytime I understand the question, or at least I think I understand it, I'll take it. But anyways, so he's saying, let's say there was no bread. So then what they do, right? So Amar Lon, he said to us, then you put on the shulchan lechem panim in front of me constantly. Lechem panim afilu pasel. That means that lechem panim, even if it's pasel bread, so it means it always has to be on there. So therefore, you're going to have to keep the old bread on the table till you get new bread. Now, I don't know if that means if you get new bread on Sunday, do you change it then or do you wait till the next week? Right? I don't know. Does it have to go up and down on Shabbos? Okay. Asar Shulchanos Asa Shlomo. Shlomo had 10 tables. Tichsiv Vayash Shulchanos Asara Vayona Pehecha Chamisha Miyamin Pehe Mismol. And he made 10 Shulchanos with 10 on the right and 10 on the left. Ein Tamer Chamisha V'Darim Chamisha B'Tzafin. If you're going to say that 5 were in the now what does it mean? Meaning, what does it mean on the right side and on the left side? So if you say that it's 5 on the south and 5 on the north, Ein hashulchan kosher ela b'tzafon. The shulchan's only kosher in the north. Shenemar v'esa shulchan titin al tzela tzafon. You put the shulchan on the north part of the mizbeach, right? That was the Gemara a few blot ago. That when he says tzela, that means it's ma'akid. So matan chamishim min chamishim small. So what does it mean? 5 on the right, 5 on the left. Ela chamishim min shulchan shel Moshe v'chamishim mismoila. What it means is 5 on the right of, doesn't mean 5 on the right side of Beis Hamikdash. It's 5 on the right of the shulchan of Moshe and 5 on the left. Right?
What's the kasha? Why can't they be north and south?
Because then it's not going to be north of the mizbeach.
It's not that shulchan. The shulchan of Moshe was there anyway.
What?
The shulchan of Moshe was in the right place. These are the 10 shulchanos that Shlomo made. These other,
I guess these tables had to be there too.
Me'echetesi.
The Gemara. That's the Gemara's answer.
I know that, but it's quoting the pasuk of Moshe. Moshe's shulchan was in the right place.
Right.
What did he supposed to do? What did Shlomo Melech do? It's not Baltois if he's making him as an addition to Moshe's, or they're just for Micah tables to have.
You mean why is it not Baltois? I thought they made the tables in order to help out to do the karbonas. I don't think there was any avodah done on there, but then you're right. The Gershon's kasha is a kasha. They were just extra tables, so then who cares where they were put? Right? I hear. I'm not sure.
Well, it can't be for the avodah. They were in the Eichel.
Yeah.
These are besides for the other 12 outside.
Right. I hear. I don't know. Okay, but the Gemara's teretz is that it means 5. It's 5 on either side of the regular shulchan, which is called the shulchan of Moshe. And the Gemara says, right, but still, even though there were 10 other tables there, they only did it on top of Moshe's table. Shenemar es hashulchan asher al olav lechem upon him. The shulchan that had the lechem upon him. I mean, it was only one table that got the lechem upon him. The other tables did not. I don't know what the chiddush is. I mean, that should be right. Fine. Rabbi Yossi ben Rabbi Yehuda Aimer al kulan hayibasader. He disagrees though. He says that they put the lechem upon him on all of them. Right. So then that answers your kasha, Gershon, because they were using all the tables, so it had to be north of the mizbeach. Shenemar it says shulchanos v'aleim lechem upon him. It says shulchanos plural, and on them is a lechem upon him. Right. So okay. So I mean, the Gemara doesn't continue what each one does with the pasuk, because each one l'chayra has strong psukim for that. But okay, we'll stop over here. I want to do a little bit more, but okay, that's enough for tonight. All right. Good enough, everybody.
The second pasuk the Gemara brings could be answered up according to everyone. They did use shulchanos. They had a marble one going in and a gold one coming out, besides for the shulchan Moshe. So it was always shulchanos. But where were they placed? They were placed on the shulchan of Moshe.
Wearing a shirt.
What? What are you saying?
It's not a stira in psukim.
Yeah, usually it comes right off.
They were placed.
Each one has a pasuk to back them up, right?
Yeah, but what's the pasuk shad in the psukim? They were placed on the shulchan of Moshe. Kuli al mamaydu, that's where they were tamid. That's where they were placed. The shayla is if they use them to get them to that shulchan. So shulchanos is not a raya, because even besides for the shulchanos of Shlomo, they still use the marble one to get them onto the shulchan, and the extra gold one to take them off of the shulchan. So shulchanos isn't really a raya to him.
Okay, what do you mean? But they each one have one. It sounds like it's one table, and the other one says it's multiple tables.
It was multiple tables. The Kolyam was multiple tables.
I hear.
Hello.
I don't know.
Yeah, how are you?
All right. Yeshikayr.
I wish I had the
Yeah,
answer
you-
to this.
You have time later tonight?
For what?
I want to ask you something on Gemara Brachas.
I might have time. I'm not going to have a head, but I don't know, maybe 11:30, maybe.
I can try.
Try. Might not be done, but a try.
All right. Yeshikayr.
Okay. Gute Nacht. Sag es
Gute
uns.
Nacht.
Aber.
Also.